Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com and your Weather Authority app. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces, and this is your Wednesday morning forecast update. We do have some thunderstorms developing to the west of the Arklatex here. We've been very fortunate overnight that we didn't see any tornadoes develop here. We actually had a pretty decent little cluster of storms that did produce some tornadoes. Looks like in northeast Arkansas and kind of southeast Missouri, but the cold front that we're awaiting is now back towards the Dallas area, and it is going to be moving in, so we are going to see some strong thunderstorms, especially in Texas, Oklahoma, as well as Arkansas between now and about 11 a.m. So the Storm Prediction Center, as well as the National Weather Service, they are coordinating a tornado watch here, which will likely be in effect for, I would say, much of the I-30 corridor through at least the mid to late morning. The threat for any strong tornadoes is winding down, but we may see just a few spin-ups along this line of thunderstorms back here. And I actually think main threat today is going to be for some large hail, as well as a few damaging wind gusts. Hail today could be on the order of golf ball size. So we'll have to keep an eye on some of the storms that are ongoing out there this morning. So we stayed pretty quiet. We've had a lid on the atmosphere here, but now that that cold front is moving in, it's going to remove that lid over top of us. So these storms will have free reign to develop here for the next few hours. So it looks like the stormiest portion of the day will be early this morning, but we're expecting maybe some redevelopment of the storms this afternoon. So the outlook for us today does call for some wind and hail with the storms and kind of low end potential after sunrise that we would see any tornadoes here. And I really think once we get to about 9 or 10 a.m. or so, the threat for tornadoes will really wind down for us here in the Arklatex, but may continue to see a few storms into the afternoon, especially in Louisiana, that would be capable of some high wind as well as some hail. So look at your Robins side of Futurecast. You can see it does bring that line of storms into the northern Arklatex through the morning. We'll likely see some rain in Shreveport by the time we get to the lunch hour today. So we'll see some storms late morning, early afternoon for Shreveport, and then our front here will just kind of stall out close to us tonight, so we will see some redevelopment of the storms overnight tonight. Looks like low-end threat that we would see any severe weather, and the reason for that will really cool down behind this front tonight as well as tomorrow. Today will still be a pretty warm to mild day, but we're going to feel that cooler air come in tomorrow, so even though it may be a steady rain for much of the day Thursday, the threat of any severe weather Thursday as well as Friday is very low for us here in the Arklatex, but we are going to continue to pull in some rain from this front Friday as well. So looking at the rainfall totals here all the way through Saturday, we're still expecting a lot of areas here. We'll see a good 2 to 4 inches of rain, especially across the Toledo Bend region, and there may be a bit of a bullseye here where we could see a good 4 to 6 inches of rain, so we can't rule out definitely some roadway flooding, and this will likely produce some rises on the lakes and rivers as we head into the weekend as well. Now, as far as the temperatures, we're in the mid-70s this morning with the front coming through. The temperatures will likely drop off a few more degrees here, but we still have that south wind keeping the humidity fairly high today. We really won't turn the wind to the north until tonight, and that's when we'll feel the cooler air come through. So most of us will feel highs in the 70s this afternoon, but by tomorrow we'll drop into the 50s here and low 60s for Friday. Weekend's looking great. We've dropped that rain chance really on Saturday, so just a slight chance we would see any showers. Perfect temperatures on Saturday. A little warmer for Easter. Sundays will be in the upper 70s on Easter. No rain in the Easter forecast, and another warm up coming next week. Much of next week looking dry, but it looks like we could have another cold front maybe come in closer to next weekend.